Now on to the Republican primary, where unlike the Democratic side of things, which showed Mickey Sherrill getting about 34% and winning the Democratic primary, Jack Ciattarelli, however, won by a very, very large margin, getting 67.8% of the vote in the state of New Jersey. Bill Spadea finishing in second place with 21.9%. John Bramnick finishing third with 6.2%. Mario Kranjak getting 2.7%, and Justin Barbera getting 1.4%. I do believe in my final election night prediction for New Jersey. I did have Jack Ciattarelli winning. I do believe I did have him breaking 60% of the vote, but I also did believe that Bill Spadea was probably going to get at least some undecided vote come election day to get that. But so far, from what it looks like it ended up being, he really didn't get much more than what the poll suggested. Emerson had him getting about 18%, with 23% of the vote undecided. National Research Incorporated, which is a Ciattarelli sponsored campaign poll, had Bill Spadea around 23% of the vote, and he ends up with about 22%. But despite the map color looking a little bit off here, it does show Jack Ciattarelli won every single county in the state of New Jersey, which in my own prediction I did not have. I did have Spadea picking off a few counties that I thought would be more competitive, but when you look through these numbers, Warren 66-24, Sussex 75-14, Bergen 77-9, Moore 67-19, Bergen 77-9, Essex 78-9. We have Union 58-20, Middlesex 59-31, Somerset, which was the home county of both Ciattarelli and Spadea. Ciattarelli winning here 58-31, Hunterdon 52-39, Mercer, probably the closest county we've seen so far, where Ciattarelli got 48% to 41% versus Bill Spadea. John Bramnick getting 7% of the vote. Monmouth going 63-29 for Ciattarelli. Ocean 67-28. Burlington 63-29. Camden 72-18. Gloucester 75-16. 81-10 for Ciattarelli for Spadea. Salem 79-10. Cumberland 80-12. And Cape May 80-9. I mean, this was without a doubt a 100% big blowout victory for Jack Ciattarelli in this race. Ciattarelli gaining the endorsement of President Trump in the final weeks of the campaign certainly helped Ciattarelli with voter turnout on Election Day. But I think this is a very clear sign that the majority of Republicans in New Jersey wanted Jack Ciattarelli to be the Republican nominee. It's worth noting that 22% of them did want Bill Spadea and 6.2% did want John Bramnick. So it's not that all Republicans in the state wanted Ciattarelli. A good percentage of them wanted Spadea or Bramnick to be the nominee, but a very large majority of Republicans did want Jack Ciattarelli to be the nominee, and this is a pretty good vote of confidence for Ciattarelli in this governor's race. Just to show you what his election looked like back in 2021, I'm just going to pull that up for you now. Ciattarelli got 49.4% in 2021. Philip Rizzo, another Republican, got 25.9%. Hirsch Singh got 21.5%. So Ciattarelli, despite getting a very large share of the state of New Jersey, including winning every single county in New Jersey, just like he did in this election as well, Ciattarelli still, despite having a very large win, did not have the same level of a Republican win as he did last night, where Ciattarelli got 67.8% of the vote to Spadea's 21.9%, an overwhelming win and an overwhelming performance for the 2025 New Jersey Republican gubernatorial primary. Looking at the final polls going into this, Ciattarelli also led in every single poll, and he was getting low 40% to middle to 50% to 55% or so. It looked like Ciattarelli was the clear favorite. There was still a large percent of undecided vote, and it seems going into election day, pretty much all of that undecided vote ended up splitting and going for Jack Ciattarelli at the end. The momentum was clearly on his side. I think the endorsement from President Trump certainly could have helped that. But it's clear a majority of New Jersey Republicans wanted Jack Ciattarelli to be the nominee and believe he gives them the best chance at winning the state of New Jersey in the governor's election in November now. Which, now that we have the matchup set of Jack Ciattarelli versus Mickey Sherrill, this is going to be a very, very close race now that everyone around the country is going to be watching. Jack Ciattarelli, though, did a great job winning every single county in the state of New Jersey, was a big blowout victory. As for the largest counties by population in this primary, Ocean gave Ciattarelli 67,970 votes, 67 to 28. I mean, just look at these margins for Ciattarelli here. The only county in the entire state that you could really say was competitive was Mercer County, which actually had lower turnout percentages than a lot of the other ones did, which was 48 to 41. The rest of them were all very sizable wins and sizable blowouts for Ciattarelli. So a very big vote of confidence for Ciattarelli in this race. Now going into the general election, we are going to have Jack Ciattarelli facing off against Mickey Sherrill in what's expected to be a very, very close and competitive race to become the next governor of New Jersey. As for the Republican side of things, I'll pull up the Republican map now. I also had Jack Ciattarelli winning in a landslide victory. However, I did give 3 counties to Bill Speedia with a little bit more support. However, that certainly did not end up happening. I did have Ciattarelli finishing first, Speedia second, Bramnick third. That happened. That wasn't really too hard to predict. The margins for it actually were not too far off again as well. Ciattarelli got 67.8%. I had Ciattarelli getting 62.4%, so it was off by roughly about 5%. Bill Speedia getting 25.9% is what I had, got 21.9%, so off about 4% for Speedia. Bramnick getting 10. I was about off another 4 points on that one. So I correctly predicted the right candidates in the right order. I was just off by about 4% for all 3 of them, but I did correctly predict that Ciattarelli would win this primary, and I was only off in about 3 counties for the entire state of New Jersey on the Republican side of things. I will certainly take that. But as I predicted in the video, the Democratic and Republican nominees were going to be Mickey Sherrill and Jack Ciattarelli. That did end up happening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you did. Make sure to leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts on this video and any future other video ideas you would like to see from me. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in a future video.